accountancy class. I have already started with the topic analysis of financial statement. Correct? Under that I have already started the topic comparative statement. What is comparative statement? We are comparing with the previous year with the current year. Then we have to see whether it has increased or decreased, and based on that we have to find out the percentage, and later on we have to either we have to give the analysis or interpretation. Okay. So as I have informed in the previous class, income statement and the profit and loss statement is same. Okay, let us see what is asked in this problem. From the following profits and losses of Madhu Company Limited, prepare comparative statement of profit and loss for the year ending 31st May 2016. You have the particulars. Revenue from operation for the year 2015-16 and 16-17 is given. For the year 2015-16, you have 16 lakh and 2016-17 20 lakh. Employees benefit 8 lakh and 1 lakh. Next you have the employment benefit expenses it is. Okay, employment benefit expenses it is 8 lakh and 10 lakh. Next we have other expenses 2 lakh and 1 lakh. Tax rate is given 40%. It should be given to both of them. So how to prepare the comparative statement? So here we have comparative statement as on 31st May 2016. Before this you have to write in the books of Madhu and Company Limited. Okay, in the books of Madhu Company Limited. So here particulars we have for the year 2015-16. Inside bracket write rupees. Okay, same way 2016-17 write inside bracket rupees, and write it increase, absolute increase or decrease. Next we have the percentage increase or decrease. Okay, so you have to underline, show inside bracket in the percentage sign, so that it is no need to write percentage for other things. Okay, because once if you write this enough. So what is our format? Starting with the revenue from operation. Revenue from operation. You have 16 lakh and 20 lakh. So 16 lakh and 20 lakhs. So what you have to do to find increase or decrease column? This is the first one, second column, third one, and the fourth one. Okay. So what happened? To find increase or decrease, what you have to do? Second column minus with the first column, you will get around 4 lakh. Right? When you minus, you will get around 4 lakh. So what happens? To find the percentage, how you are going to find the percentage? Absolute increase or decrease divided by first year, that is this one, first year, absolute increase or decrease into 100. You will get around 25. Okay. Next we have for this we have to add the revenue. Okay, add revenue, employees benefit expenses. It is an expenses. They have not said any income. Okay, add revenue or other income, other incomes. It is not given. Let me write nil. So you will have 16 lakh, 20 lakh, 4 lakh and 25%. Next what you have to do, what is this called as? It is benefit expenses, employees benefit expenses, which is 8 lakh and 10 lakh. Okay, 8 lakh and 10 lakh, you will get around 2 lakh. So 2 lakh divided by 8 lakh into 100, which is around 25. Okay, 25 rupees. Next, other expenses are there. Write down other expenses. One more expenses, which is other expenses. 2 lakh and 1 lakh. Write it. 2 lakh and 1 lakh. So from 1 lakh, if you deduct 2 lakh, 1 lakh, it is negative. Correct? So from 1 lakh, divide with the 2 lakh, multiply again, you will get 50. Show inside the bracket. This is inside the bracket. So what happened with this? We finished the finished writing. So from 16 lakh, we have to minus the 10 lakh. We will get around 6 lakh. Okay, 6 lakh. Same way, 20 lakh minus 10 lakh, we will get 10 lakh. 10 lakh minus 1 lakh, it is 9 lakh. Okay, next it is, you have to minus this. 9 lakh minus 6 lakh, you will get 3 lakh. So 3 lakh divided by 6 lakh into 100, which is nothing but 50 rupees. Okay, what is this called? This is the total expenses. Total expenses, or you can write here itself is a profit before tax. Okay, profit before tax, PBT. Okay, profit before tax, which means now we have to find out profit after tax. So minus tax at 40%. Tax at 40%. Take this 6 lakh, multiply with the 40%. Take 9 lakh, multiply with 40%. 3 lakh, multiply with the 40%. You will get around 2 lakh 40. Around 2 lakh 40 and 3 lakh 60. 1 lakh 20 rupees. 1 lakh 20. So from 1 lakh 20, if you divide 2 lakh 40, multiply with the 100, you will get 50 rupees. Okay, now next you have to underline again whatever this is called as profit after tax or earnings after tax. What is earnings after tax? You have to minus 6 lakh minus 2 lakh 40. You will get around 3 lakh 60,000. 3 lakh 60,000. 5 lakh 40,000. 5 lakh 40,000 and 1 lakh 80,000. So again you have to divide this to this. 1 lakh 50 divided by 3 lakh 60 into 1 lakh 80 divided by 3 lakh 60 into 100, you will get 50 rupees. So with this what you will understand, see, when you see the percentage, it is not added students. If I have added here, I would not get 50 again. Correct? So please don't add. You just compare with the previous year's balance with the current year highest year's balance, compare with the lowest year, minus it. If it is negative answer, write inside the bracket. If it is positive answer, write as it is and multiply and get the percentage. Okay, percentage. So whenever this kind of problem is asked, you have to write at last how we have found the percentage. So percentage is equal to absolute increase or decrease, decrease divided by first year absolute first year. Okay, you will get the answer. This is under the comparative statement under the profit and loss account, students. Next we will see if the comparative statement is given under the balance sheet. Okay, comparative statement under the income statement. Income also you have to do same thing. Comparative statement under the balance sheet also you have to do the same calculation, but the format is different, students. In the balance sheet also, in the income statement or the profit and loss also, it is same same way, calculation, everything is similar, but the format is different. Okay. Next we will see the comparative balance sheet. Okay. And this kind of problem will be asked for 6 marks, students. If it comes for 8 marks, then if it comes for 12 marks, you have to be very careful, because they will not give only this many items. They will give some other items like after the revenue from operation, they may give the sales. okay, sales made during the year, that time you have to add it, minus the expenses like purchased consumed goods or consumed raw material, or it is consumed furniture, whatever it is, whatever your depreciation, whatever the expenses are there, you have to minus here, okay, you have to take it down here. Then you will find the PBT, profit before tax, afterwards minus the tax. How to find the tax? See, I got to 6 lakh, profit before tax 6 lakh and 9 lakh. Multiply 6 lakh into 40 divided by 100. Whatever answer you get, it's the tax of the particular year. Later on you can do the profit before after tax. Okay, you can find profit after tax. Now we have studied the income statement, how to prepare income statement and how we have to compare it, correct? Now let us see the format of balance sheet. What is this format of balance sheet? It is different, students. Before we were doing in the form of horizontal form, now we have to do it in the vertical form. Okay, vertical form it will be done. And see, you can find before how we used to write, it was like somewhat in this form, where we used to maintain assets as well as the liability, and all the assets items are written here, liability items are written, and it should get tallied. Now it is in this form where you have all the liability items will be written together, add the total, and all the asset items are written together and get the total. That is what I have written the format. Okay, this format first you have to prepare with the preparation of the liability. After preparation of the liability, after getting the total, you have to get the asset. Asset also, asset and the total should be equal to the liability total. Okay, company maintains this form of balance sheet. Okay, this kind of balance sheet. So, firstly, it is categorized as asset as well as liability. We know that it is categorized as asset and liability balance sheet. But in the liability also there are sub classification. In the assets also there are sub classification. That is, under liability side, liability is divided into 3 parts. That is equity and liability. Okay, first heading they have one, equity part and liability part. Okay, equity and liability there are 3 parts. That is shareholders fund. Okay, shareholders fund, non-current liability and current liability. Okay, so equity and liability, you have shareholders fund, current, non-current liability and current liability. Coming to shareholders fund, under shareholders fund you have to write share capital. See the format, particulars format, note number format, previous year and the current year. These two are years, we are writing years and its amount. Okay, but note number is kept to write the note if it is made, any working note if it is written, so for that. But particulars are written to write the liability as well as the asset items. Under the shareholders fund, you have share capital, reserves and surplus, money received against the share warrant. Okay, any shares, anything related to shares and the reserve will appear under the shareholders fund. Share capital, it might be equity share, preferential share, all that. Reserves and surplus, it might be capital reserve, general reserve, or revenue premium. Okay, premiums or debenture redemption reserve, all that, all the reserves, any reserves is there, or the profit if it is there, because surplus is here, no? Reserve as well as the surplus will be written here. Money received against the share warrant also will be shown here. See it. Okay, after that you have another 2 columns, students, that is current year, previous year, absolute increase or decrease. Next finally a percentage column. Format is this one. Calculation, just now how we prepared the profit and loss, in that way only you have to calculate. Okay. Next you have the non-current liability. Non-current liabilities are long-term borrowings, deferred tax liability, and other long-term liability and long-term provisions. See, liability under the non-current liability, all the long-term items items will come into the non-current liability. All the short-term provisions, short-term loan, everything will go to current liability. Current is for a short period of time, whereas non-current is for the long period of time. Okay. See, for example, money, long-term provisions is nothing but money set aside to meet the future provisions. Okay. Set aside like gratuity, provident fund, all that is the long-term provisions. Whereas long-term liability is nothing but loan taken for the long period of time. Okay, long-term borrowings is long period of time. If you have taken any loan, then it will go here, debt or anything. Okay, long-term debt, borrowings will go here. Deferred tax liability is nothing but it is due for the current year, but not paid. Okay, not yet paid, which we are supposed to pay, but we have not paid. Deferred tax liability. Whereas other long-term liability, which is not included here, will go to other long-term liability. Long-term provisions are like money set aside to meet the future problems. Okay, that is what current, non-current liability. Similarly, under the current liability, all these things will repeat. Wherever it is long-term, it is short-term borrowings. See, short-term borrowings, trade payable. Trade payable means it includes both bills payable as well as creditors. Okay, together it is called as trade payable. Trade receivable means bills receivable as well as a debtor. Together it is called as trade receivable. Okay, next we have the other current liability. If anything, liabilities are there like short-term borrowings and other long-term short-term borrowings is there, it will go here. Then short-term provisions, which money kept aside to meet the short expenses, then it is called as short-term provisions. Okay, this is how the format of balance sheet under the liability. Whereas we also then we have to total it, students. Total both debit, current year as well as the previous years. Total you will write, and next you have to add another two column, absolute increase or decrease, and the percentage column. That is calculation as usual how you prepare for the income statement. Next you have the liability. Liability is 3. It is divided in 3 parts. That is shareholders fund, non-current liability, as well as the current liability. Whereas asset is divided into 2 parts. That is non-current asset as well as the current asset. Okay, non-current assets are again divided into 2 parts. That is fixed asset as well as the non-current investment. Okay, like all the assets like fixed asset. What are fixed assets? Fixed assets are 2 ways, that is tangible as well as intangible, which is fixed for a long period of time. Correct? For example, tangible assets are like buildings, land, machinery, all that will go to tangible asset. Non-tangible means which cannot be seen and touched, like goodwill or patents, copyrights, etc. That is considered as a non-current asset. Okay, and non-current investment, any investment, non-current investment, it will go to asset. Similarly, current assets might be all the other things like stock, trade receivable, which means trade payable as I told, creditors as well as bills payable it includes. Similarly, even in the trade receivable, debtors as well as the bills receivable it will include stock and any other items like bills receivable or which is not a fixed asset will go to current asset. After that you have investment, all that you can write here. So what you will do afterwards, you have to total it, students. See, in exam they will not ask almost everything, they will not give students. In a para they will give all the items. You have to draw a format of balance sheet and you have to differentiate which will go to asset and which are going for the liability. Total it, do it like this, and then total it when you have to, we know that asset should always be equal to the liability. So the asset items, whatever is there, should equal to the liability items. Okay. Next but they will not ask exactly like this. Some of the items will be given. All the items will not be appearing, students. Some of the items will appear. That item you have to differentiate between the assets as well as liability. This remains as it is. No need to do anything with this. Only the previous year, whatever the amount is given, write it. current years, whatever amount is given, write it. Writing the amounts of everything. Later on, you have to draw absolute increase and decrease column as well as the percentage column, as it is like how we did it for the income statement. But this kind of question will be asked for 12 marks students. For the 12 marks, you need to write compulsorily proper format. That is why I have written the format of the balance sheet, which is very, very, very important. And this kind of the format is followed in the company account. Whatever we were writing in this time, preparation we were doing before the preparation of the balance sheet, where we have the asset and liability column, and we used to write the amount. Those we were doing it in a partnership. Okay, while studying the partnership account, we were doing this. Now we are studying the company account. Company maintains the vertical form of the balance sheet. Okay, this balance sheet takes 12 marks students. So from this chapter you have 12 mark one question, you have 2 mark one question, 1 mark one question, no 6 mark question, no 5 mark question. This 1 mark and 2 mark theory, whatever I have given introduction while taking this chapter, that thing that we study is enough. Okay, but 12 marks guaranteed questions under the comparative or the common size. Format is same students. Next I am going to do the common size. Common size also profit and loss format as well as the balance sheet format is similar. So once if you